But are the new generation motorcycles better than the old generation motorcycles?
Let's go for a ride. You are watching CycleCruza's all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today.
In my opinion, at least for me speaking, is that all I want in a motorcycle is I like power and I like the bike to be lightweight. I don't give... I was under the bridge, thought I'd get a little acoustic action underneath the bridge. Oh, I love this bike. Love the sound, the power. Woo! There's nothing like it in the world, baby. I love it. But yeah, these, you know, the electronic rider age is really kind of to tame all the extra power that they've added on these bikes over the years. And it also, in my opinion, it reduces reliability and all. You know, I already did a video in the past talking about my thoughts on electronic rider aids and stuff. And my opinion, I feel like you don't really need it. Like, this is your rider aid right here. But these new bikes, the only thing that I feel like they're better than the older generation bikes is that these newer generation bikes are lighter. They're making them lighter. You know, the new 2017 CBR 1000RR is the lightest it's ever been, ever. What is it sitting at, like, I don't know, it was like 420 something pounds or something crazy for an inline 4. You know, the new 2017 CBR 1000RR SP and SP2. SP2 is actually even lighter because it has, I believe it has lighter wheels on it. But that's what really gets me amped up about new bikes, is the weight of them. It's not really the added power. It's not the electronic rider aids. Just the weight for me. I like a great power to weight ratio. That's why I love this bike, because it's, you know, this bike is still fairly light. This bike only in stock form is 441 pounds wet. And I've actually reduced it by taking the exhaust off. And I'm sitting at like 400, probably like 435 pounds or so with this bike wet. For the power on this bike, for its weight and its compact feel, is just, it's awesome. That's why I love it so. Just, you feel at one with the bike when the bike is lighter, and the power is just amazing. But with these new bikes, besides the weight, which I think is awesome, but besides that, I really don't see where they're that much more beneficial. And of course, you know, the newer bikes do have the fuel injection. I'm not talking about the old bikes that have the you know, carburetors. I'm just talking about the generation of bikes that have the fuel injection now, but don't have all these electronic rider aids that the new bikes have. But another thing that I really like about the new bikes, as opposed to the older bikes, some of the older bikes, should I say, is that at least on the super sports and the super bikes, they're starting to increase the low and mid-range power, which is more usable for the street, and actually they say great at the track too, because you can pull out of a corner a little faster. You know, the CBR 600RR, CBR 1000RR, they've actually, the older ones were more of a top-end power bike. And I believe like in 2008, for the 2007 for the 600RR, they actually increased the lower mid-range on that bike. And same with the 2008 CBR 1000RR and newer, they increased the mid-range. It's got really good, strong mid-range. That's why this bike, a lot of people like this bike for the street, because it has that nice mid-range power there for you, you know. Lower in the revs, so you don't have to rev the fuck out of it like you do with, say, like a R6 or you know, like the Kawasaki ZX-10R, which even the new ones, actually, they still haven't really increased the mid-range much. It's still more of a top-end bike. And that's why those bikes really are just meant for, you know, those high, you know, the top-end bikes, really just meant for the track, to be honest with you, man. Because, you know, you don't want to have to really rev the fuck out of it out here on the streets. It's nice being able to just cruise and just have that power right up on tap, just, You don't have to crank the fuck out of it to pull that, untap that extra power. You don't have to hit over a certain RPM level to really feel the power. So, you know, but I'll tell you guys that, in my opinion, you're better off sticking with some of these older bikes. You save a lot of money, and really, it's all about the fun factor per dollar for me. It's like how much. I always look at it as how much fun am I gonna gain by spending this extra money on this bike? What am I gonna gain? I don't care about just getting a new bike, having you know, the latest bike out here on the streets. I could give a fuck about that. I want to how much fun I can have. You know, what am I gaining? And that's why I couldn't really see myself getting a new super bike, but the new 2017 CBR 1000RR, they've lightened it up so that it really enticed me to get that bike. But what am I really gaining to pay $20,000? You know, I could buy two awesome bikes, two $10,000 awesome bikes, you know, for that price, just to save like 15 pounds or something. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. So that's what I was saying. Really, it's just I can't see myself buying another super sport or super bike. And they're making so many of these awesome street fighters now. They're lightening them up. They're getting, you know, they're making them more better for the street, and actually even can take them to the track. Tell me your thoughts on that. Do you think these new generation of bikes with all the electronic rider aids and everything, you think they're better than these older generation bikes? To me, I don't really see being that much better. Just like I said, lightening the bike, you know, the weight being a little lighter is beneficial, but to spend all that extra money doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. Share your thoughts and feelings. I'd love to hear you guys talk about it. That's why I create these motovlogs, so we can incite community discussion. But hey, if you want to see more of my videos, go to my website, CycleCruza.com. Click on the menu tab, My Videos. All my videos are categorized into various playlists. Hopefully you can find something that will inform you or entertain you. Hey, hit thumbs up if you like this video. Share this video with your friends. And let them know, man, the older bikes are still sick. Like this bike, this 2012 CBR 1000RR. It's still an awesome bike. You can get up, probably pick up for really cheap. I only paid $9,000 for mine, brand new. And that was like back in 2000, what? That was a couple of years ago. But hey guys, wish you guys all the best. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Deuces!
Hey, don't forget to check out my other YouTube channel that features the original bug-out moto van that is designed and built by yours truly so that I can live in my van with my motorcycle. So hey, check me out at youtube.com/bugoutmoto. Subscribe today.